Hello everybody, Brandon Parker, back again with another tutorial. It's been a while since I did a tutorial. I've been at the Colorado Film School learning some things, how to do filming and stuff like that. Getting started so I can do better tutorials. I'm going to get ready to get me a T3i, a Canon T3i. So I'm going to do an unboxing video of that. I'm going to get it like next week. And I did a video explaining what I'm doing at the film school. I'm doing a lot of film stuff. Started out doing location shooting. I did character shooting, and the next one I'm shooting is for my 3-minute project. So I'm going to be doing in the making video of that. I'm going to upload it on this channel and on my other channel, which is Spinock. I'm going to upload the final version of it. So you can subscribe to my Spinock channel for all of my stuff that I do at the film school and any other videos that I'm going to be doing on that channel that are not tutorials. And whatever I do that you want to know how to do on that channel, I'll be doing a tutorial on it on this channel. So if you got questions, just ask me. So here in Photoshop, I'm going to teach you how to do advanced blending with colors and stuff like that. So we're gonna, and also going to show you some actions, because that helps out with color and stuff, and what you can do, what actions all about, because when you're working with Photoshop, you don't really touch bases on all the features. So I'm going to show you some of the things that you might not know and give you more of a heads up, and maybe you can get something that will help you out to do a better wallpaper in this tutorial. Since my last blending tutorial that I did had like 100,000 views, so it's very successful. So I'm going to continue and advance on that with this tutorial. So what we want to do is go to File, Open, and 1920 by 1200 is going to be the size that we want. For any computer that would work just fine because it fits in there pretty nice. MacBook 15-inch or laptops, whatever, fits really nice. So we go to OK and then wait for it to come up. Okay, and then make sure you have your view probably at like 50%. Then we drag this out a little bit where you see the gray little bars on the outside of that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open up an image. And I'll be opening up some images of Hilary Duff. On the last tutorial, which blending effects, it was on Hilary Duff. And I'm going to go more in detail with changing colors on this. So what we're going to do is open up 3 images first. So I'm going to do one where she's let's see, sitting down, and and then one that's next to that, where she's standing behind a plain background and showing her shadow a little bit. We're gonna probably erase out the shadow because she looks better when you delete the shadow out. When you erase that out. And what I would do, because I was playing with this image a little bit, I would flip her around. So check that. Image, edit, we're going to go to edit, transform, flip horizontally. I like her facing that way and she doesn't look distorted. Sometimes if you flip her around they kind of look distorted a little bit, but she looks fine. I think she looks better facing this way. So it's just a tad right there. Okay, and then what we're going to do is open the one, before we open the one where she's sitting down, we're going to open up, let's open up one of these. What's really good, let's open up this one. Okay, and the one where she's sitting down, we're going to put that one in the middle. And you also will notice that the colors are a little off. See, this is a little more white. It's not completely white, but it's you can see it doesn't really blend in with the background. We're going to play around with that a little bit, changing the brightness, contrast, and we're going to mess around with actions and stuff too. Before I do that, we're going to open up the last one. And then I'll show you some coloring and then blending more. So let's open up the one where she's sitting down. Where is it? Okay, the one where she's sitting down is right here. Comes in really nice. And this one, bluish, grayish. And what we're going to do on this, okay, drag on it, and I'm going to play with colors on it. And then blend it a little bit. I'm not going to do it perfectly for this tutorial. Just good enough so you know, get the idea a little bit, some of the differences. We're going to mess around with actions on this one. So I'm going to show you some actions. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Window, because if you use Photoshop for the first time or still learning, haven't played around with actions, it's probably not going to be on there. Make sure it's checked. Check your actions, okay, on the Windows tab. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to look for it wherever it is, right here on the sidebar. It's right here, whatever it is, and then drag it over here because I like it over here, right next to mask and adjustments. And then there'll be a drop down and all your actions that you downloaded or whatever will be right here. I'll put a download link to get these in the description for DeviantArt, because that's where I found most of them is on DeviantArt, and there's a website that had a bunch of them for DeviantArt, so that's why I say it's DeviantArt. Where you upload your images and stuff on that website and stuff. A lot of people know that website pretty much because there's a lot of people on there, and I found almost everything on that website. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a new layer. Let me show you how to start a new action. If you like it, you could save it. It can be like a color template. You can have that all the time. So what you're going to do is we're going to go to layer, new layer, and we're going to name this light blue, because I'm going to do light blue, and then I'm going to do yellow and purple. So light, I called it light, I forgot to say blue, but it's going to be light, a light color anyways, because okay, so light, I'd say probably right about there. See how that looks. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to go to the brush tool, okay, about this size, cover it up, okay, we're going to cover it all of it up, okay, to right there. And then we're going to change the masking of it, or the composition of this. We're going to go to multiply, put it on multiply for right now, or if you want to do lighten and change the opacity, let's go to multiply and see how that looks. Okay, change the opacity a little bit. Let's leave it to the max for right now and add the other two colors, which is yellow and purple. Okay, make this yellow, make sure it's yellow, all the way yellow to right about there. Layer, new layer, okay. We're gonna make this yellow. Y-E-L-O-W, yellow, okay. And you can mask this, whatever looks good to you. Play around with colors. It doesn't have to be the colors that I'm using. This is just an example. You can mask it. You mask it, I mean not mask it, but change the composition. It's going to change to, like, if you change the multiply, it might be like green, so it gets rid of the yellow. Leave it on lighten or screen. Lighten and screen, they don't really change much from each other depending on what you're doing. Some images you can see a little difference between the two, but not much. Right about there, and we're gonna leave it to right there. Go back to this, change it to, let's see, screen, overlay, okay, soft, and a hard light. Let's go to soft overlay. You can see really nice color differences with it. And this is like a template that we're making for an action. So if you like this, you can save it and use it for any images that you want. And to save it as an action, you go down to here, you go to new action, and you save it as an action right there. You can put it in a set, like in one of these, put it together with these. So we're going to go to new action. Okay, if you want to save it. But we're not done with this yet. At least I'm not. So I'm not going to save it yet. And then we're going to go to layer, new, for the third color. You can have as many colors and layers as you want. And make sure that we have this on top, because I want this to be on top. You can pick the order that you want the colors to be for yourself. This is the order that I want my colors. This is kind of going off of one that I downloaded. I can see that there's a purple in there, there's yellow and blue, a lot of purple and yellow and blue, and then a lot of different other things they did with here. They go to image and they go to adjust the brightness, the levels of the color, the vibrance, all this in adjustments. That's what some people that they did when I downloaded some of them on DeviantArt. That's what they did. And what they also did too is they let's see, added like a, you can go to a layer, new layer from background. You can do that, or we're gonna cancel that. Or you can do, let's see, layer. You can do a layer group. So group 1, make a group of layers if you want. Folders, so you can organize these colors together if you want. I'm not going to do that for right now. And then we're going to change the, let's multiply this. See that in the opacity? Change the opacity of it. just to add, maybe you might want to go around to the adjustments now. Image, adjust. Let's see on the vibrance. Okay, saturation. See, if you have no saturation, it's going to make it black and white. So just leave all the saturation or at 0, 100 or 0, depending. Play around with that because it just make it black and white if you go to the negative of it in saturation. Let's go to just, let's go with the curves of this. Let's see what this does. Gonna make it dark. Bring it up more. It's gonna make it light. Play around with that a little bit. And then what you can do here is on the actual image, you can go to images, adjust brightness and contrast. Make it more 100% on the contrast brightness. You can see it a little bit on there. Maybe we might add one more layer or play around with the blending. Let's play around with the blending of this real fast. Screen. You want to overlay it. Okay, if you overlay it, difference is going to make it green. Okay, subtract. I'm just showing you. Oh, saturation? No, because on her legs, see, it looked cool on saturation, but then it didn't. So let's change the opacity. The color, it's pointless to have color because it's already purple, so it's going to show purple. Kind of like screen and lighten. It's going to be kind of similar to that since it's a solid color. You can see that a little bit. Luminance, luminosity, whatever how you pronounce that. It's doesn't really do much either. So let's just leave it on multiply, I guess. And then change, or you can change. Okay, change this, bring it up, play around with the order of these. Okay, that's a green. This is overlaid, so soft light. Let's go to multiply. Okay, let's just leave it on overlay. It looked fine. But change this from light into screen. Or oh, right there, overlay. That was pretty good. I like that actually. It made it more. Or right about there. I like the background. You might add another, just add another layer real fast. New layer. Okay. Because what we're going to do is we're going to change the color of this. Let's try. If I do red, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. To bring it out a lot more. So you can blend in with the shirt. You can see a little bit of color in the shirt. Let's go to red layer. Okay, let's go to blending options, multiplying. Multiplying does color burn. Okay, let's try lighten again. Oh, you can see it now. You can see it now. Let's bring down the opacity. Right about there, opacity or screen overlay. Oh, you see some red on her. Right there, soft light, hard light, vivid light, pin light, or linear light is what I was on. A pin light, difference, starting to get there, looking the way that I want. Exclusion, subtraction, divide, no, it makes it look like crap, too pixelated. Right, hue, saturation. I kind of like the saturation a little bit, but not much on there. Okay, let's change the purple. Let's try changing this to maybe see what green, and then after, and just leave it. Oh, that's nice. I like that. A little bit of green. Make sure. Yeah, I can see a little bit of red and green in there. See, that's what I do. Okay, on that. And then what we could also do is that's to lock it if you want to lock it. We don't want to lock these. So make sure it's unlocked. Okay, these are to lock it. Okay, the fill. Maybe we're gonna play around with that. Yeah, change. Oh, that looks even better. It's yellow, so if we change it from yellow, okay, because we're on yellow now, let's change it to, let's see, this a darker yellow. That's not gonna change much. That's not gonna change much. Let's change it to darker blue then. See if that does. That looks a little bit better. And then what you can also do is you can go to image. We can well, before we do, let's go back to make sure that all of this is the whole color. Okay. Then what we can do is layer, merge visible. Okay, and then what we can do is we can go to filters. And we can go to make it a lot crisper and better. Let's go to sharpen. Smart sharpen. Okay. See, it's gonna look more better. See, like that. And what we can do is I usually I have it set right now 100. Let's have this at 70. This will be even. Okay, 170, 85. That looks pretty crisp. You can see the detail sharpen really nice. I like smart sharpen. That's what I do for my images, a lot of them. Right there, that looks really, really sweet. I really enjoy that. Let's just leave it like that. It doesn't need to be totally. Go back to the red. Okay, right there. Oh, see that? What I just did there. Okay, that's the red, that's the blue. Let's see if it was the blue. As you can see, it's a little. Well, we're gonna erase her out of the background anyways. Okay. Actually, that's a little better anyways. It brought out some of the red more. Right there. Yeah, I like it greenish, reddish, bluish, greenish. Okay, that's okay. And that right there in the corner, we don't really need to mess with that too much. Let's just go to layer. Let's see, image adjust. Not image adjust. Let's go to layer. Yeah, merge visible. Okay, image adjust. Let's see. Let's mess around with back to the mask. But before you do the the sharpen that I just showed you, let's go to brightness and contrast. At 30. Make it 30 even. Sometimes it won't let you put it there. You have to type it in manually to get it exact. It'll jump down one sometimes. Okay, and then what we're going to do is go back to the filter. And since we already did smart sharpen, you just select it. It'll be up there. The last one that you did. And it comes in really crisp, really nice. I really like that. And then what would I... And you can compare it. We'll put it next to... See that right there? You can see it looks pretty sweet. I really like that. Her jacket comes in black. It's blue on the original and it's black now, and it looks really sweet. I really like that. That's what I've been doing. So I'll just delete that. Go back to this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to what I'm going to do. Say if you like that, you could save it as a new action. This will be a new action. You put it as a set of folders. You like what you did. You like that color. I usually don't mess with that, but I'm going to show you on some that people made. We're gonna just set this down, or let's not set this down, but let's delete this. Okay, don't save that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna let's open up this. Okay. On this, and we're gonna go to actions, and if you download one, make sure you put it into your presets folder of your Photoshop or wherever it's at. Yeah, Mac or Windows. On a Mac, it'd be in applications, this folder right here that says Photoshop. Whatever version you have, from CS3 all the way to CS5, that's the ones I'm familiar with, because I started with CS3. And you look for your presets, and it should be in actions. So in actions, and these are where all your actions are for all the actions that you created or you downloaded. You throw them into this folder. Okay, and it should be programs on Windows and for wherever you installed your Adobe. Probably in Adobe because on Windows Adobe folder, and then it'll say Adobe Photoshop. And on this, we're gonna mess around with ones that someone created. Okay, like this one, someone created the folder for it. So it's nice if you make a folder for your actions, and each one that you created, you throw it into that folder. So like this one's action twist. Let's see what this one looks like. It changes it a little bit. And then if you don't like it and you want to go back to the original, go to your history, and this little drop down right here all the way in the bottom, it should be located there by default. It'll be your history, and go to where you have it on make sure duplicate layer, and you delete the top, or it'll say open if you opened it recently. Look for the original, and this should be the original, the background right there. Go back to that one, and then you can play around with your other ones that you download. This will make it black and white, like a sepia tone. So let's mess around with that. Okay, make sure you're on this. Don't click on the folder and then try to click on it. It won't let you. Make sure you clicked on it on this, because then it'll work. See, now it's black and white, and it's pretty bright. So I'd undo that, because I don't really like that, depending on what you have. So go back. It should be on the duplicate layer one, and then delete these two, and make sure you keep them. Okay, and let's go to like 10, because I really like that one. I don't know, this one I downloaded in the folders called 10. Comes in really nice. See that right there? It's a really nice action. And some of the stuff that's missing, I don't know if it was created on the CS5. Some of them are created on CS3 or CS4. So you just see some errors on there popping up on some of them. That's why that happens. But it is still coming really nice. Probably won't get the full effect of whoever created this. See, that comes in really, really sweet. You see the backgrounds change from white to like tannish, peach, whatever, or yellowish. And then her comes out really nice. I really, really like using action. It brings out the color of each image. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to go to don't save on that. Okay, because we closed that. And what we're going to do is I'm going to play around with the whole thing. And sorry if this tutorial is a little long. I like going in detail on certain things. So let's go to this. And what I'm going to do is I usually do this before I get the eraser tool. Okay. Okay. Oh, make sure that we're on this. Okay, and then, because when you're on this, make sure you're on the one that's one, because it'll create two. This one will create one. On the rectangular marquee tool. Okay, and then we're going to change, let's shut this off so we don't see it. So we're going to shut this one off right now. Or we're going to shut this one off. This one. Okay, this one we're going to brighten this up. Image, and make sure we're selected on it first. Image, adjust brightness and contrast. Contrast, bring it up. I bring it up to 50 right now, and it blends in with the background. And you might want to erase it, her shadows, everything. Make sure she's erased out perfectly. Because if you want to add a background there, so say if you want to go to File, Open, and we'll go to, give it a second, because it takes a second. My external hard drive is really, really slow. I have a lot of files on there. Okay, let's go to textures and backgrounds, where I have all my textures and everything, to show you what I mean. That even though you get it to blend in, you kind of see that she needs to be brought down a little bit. But say, let's do, say like this texture, okay, an example texture, okay, for this, and you resize it to this, okay, and we're gonna put it on the background, just so I can show you, make sure it's all the way on top of the background. See, now that looks a little funny. If you want to do, what you want to do is get the eraser tool for that. Let's go make sure we're clicked on this. See what I mean? eraser tool. So for bases, when you have that and it's already blended in, you might need to bring in the image adjust brightness a little bit instead of adjust the contrast. Bring the brightness out to a 15. Okay, now it blends in, but you still, like I said, you have this showing, still gonna have to get it. Or what you could do is put this, leave this on top, okay, and then you could erase it wherever you see her. So let's you can do that as an option too. For say if you blend them all on white, because they all blended better pretty white, but then you want to have this, but then it kind of looks funny on top of it. Say if you go with this, it doesn't look the way you want because it looks off a little bit, but you want to have it on the background because it looks better. Then you might want to do this. You erase just the part where it still looks like she's on top of it, as long as it's not showing the background that she's on, which is white, which she's blended to. So you just do that. And I'm not going to do this perfectly because it'll take too long. I just want to get this, I just want to show you generally. So keep going like that. You might have to make the whole thing smaller and make it look like she belongs on there. So you can do that as an option to make her blend in with the background. So you kind of see a little bit of mistake there. You could do that if you want. If you have it on top, if it doesn't look the way you want it, you blend it. Because sometimes, because you're trying to do this right now, what we're trying to do is get them to all match. Okay, right now we're trying. See, this is a little tan. This is a little bluish, grayish. So what we want to do is on the middle one, which is this. Image adjust brightness and contrast. We know that we put the brightness to like 15 and you put the contrast to like 50 on the first image that we were messing with. So leave it to something like that. Keep them about the same, so 50-50. And you might want to change the, let's see, to 15. Okay, no brighter. Okay, because any brighter probably should be all faded out a little bit. You still might have to erase her out completely. Let's go to this one. Back to this one first, to where she's sitting down, before we go to another one. So we're going to go to adjust vibrance, and what we're going to do on that is, if you bring it low, it's not going to come in. Depends too much. Let's see. If you like that, you can have that. Or if you have saturation, any higher in saturation can be too much. That's why I leave it at 0. And sometimes if you bring the vibrance all the way down, it looks cool, but on this image, it looks cooler if you leave it, I guess, like all the way there. That's fine. I like that. And then on this image right here, okay, we're going to image adjust vibrance on it. See what that does. Kind of see any higher, it's going to change it too much. So saturation, you might want to play around with the brightness of it, maybe. Image adjust, sometimes you have to do that to get it to match pretty close. But she's lighted up a little different on each image. She's lighted up where she's sitting down and where she's standing up against the wall. These ones are pretty similar, so they can match up pretty easy. But this one, it's a little different. You might not want this image in there. I'll just leave it at 0. You could still get it to work doing other things. Let's go to the where she's standing up against the wall. We're going to go to image. Is that the one where she? No, this is the one where she's standing up against the wall. Image adjust brightness and contrast. We know we did brightness 15. And we know we did contrast 50. And sometimes won't let you go, so make sure this says 15 and this says 50, so just manually do it. Okay, right there, see, they are pretty close, and then you're gonna erase all of it. Oh, Or we're gonna go to this where she's sitting down. And I'm gonna pause the video and come back where all of it's erased, where I erased them all out of the background. Make sure you get as close in there as possible. Make sure on this they're standing right there. And then I'll come back when it's all erased and it's all blended in with the white, and I'll tell you what I did after that. Okay, now that I have erased them all out and have them blending in pretty close as possible, as much as I can get them, I'll just erase it a little bit more. Just down on it. I kind of messed up a little bit, but I was doing it kind of fast. Just because I'm not going to do it perfect for this tutorial, I'm just going to show you a little bit. And then go back to my actions that I showed you, and I'll go to actions. But first we're going to go to layer, merge visibility. Okay, if you merge visibility on them, you could do this for the actions. Okay, and I'll show you with my one that looks really cool that I showed you with this one. See, I know it has some stuff missing because it wasn't created probably in CS5, but see, it looks pretty nice on the colors, and you can do a lot more with it, and then they blend in pretty nice. They all pretty similar in color, except for shirt is a little blue. You see I messed up there with the eraser a little bit. You see that a lot of green there, but because I got a little too close, but it looks pretty nice right there. I'll take a not step backward, but make sure we go to here. Instead of taking a step backward, you go to merge visibility. Okay, on there. And what we're gonna do is or duplicate layers. I'm gonna delete this. Okay, go to here. Okay, and then we're gonna go to see what it looks like with another one. Maybe orange vintage. Doesn't do much on that. So we go back to here. So we go back to there and we go to action set 3. Let's try this. That changes it. See, all of it is they're creating what they do here is they create like selective colors, and this is like a layer mask. You can create layer masks, add mask selection. You can create layer mask blending option, select pixels and stuff. You can create that. And that's what mostly people do. And that's pretty much it on this tutorial, how to blend in images in an advanced tutorial. Sorry if this tutorial was a little long. I just wanted to go in detail explaining how to play around with actions a little bit and stuff like that. That's it. Subscribe to my second channel and my third channel. My third channel is Fantastic Art. That one's for gaming videos. I haven't done much on that channel in a while, and I'm gonna plan on doing a lot more Modern Warfare 3 videos there. And then on my Spinock channel, which is my stuff that I do with film projects at the film school, I'm gonna be uploading there, be uploading other videos that I'm gonna do a lot more over the summer. So I'm gonna be getting me a T3i next week, hopefully on Wednesday, because I get my financial aid money and I can get me a T3i. And I could play around with that a little bit. And I'm going to do an unboxing video of it, what I think of it, and what I'm going to do with that camera when I get it and stuff. So I'll do a video on that, and that's it. So check out my website for all my wallpapers. I upload a lot of wallpapers there frequently. I have uploaded some of Hilary Duff, Summer Glau, some on Terminator, a bunch of other stuff you haven't noticed. Check out my website, pixelpocketmedia.com. The link is on the video, and I'll put a link at the end. You could go there, and I'll put a link to my other two channels. Check out my last video that I did on my Spinock, and check out my Fantasy Art, my gaming channel, and stuff like that. And that's it. See you later. I hope you look forward to my new project that I'm going to do on location shooting video, how I'm going to do that video and stuff behind the scenes. And that's it. See you later. And that's it.